Welcome into WagerTalk TV. I am Drew Martin, joined by Jimmy Adams and Tony Mejia, breaking down college football week one with a good one right here. The Utah Utes visit the Florida Gators Saturday night, Gainesville, Florida. Tony, coming to you first. We're seeing the market, kind of trickle in on the Utes pretty much all summer long, as high as -3 right now. It was a flip favorite with Florida earlier in the summer being the short favorite. 51 the total. You like it anything in the swamp Saturday night, Tony?
Yeah, I mean, Utes are a popular choice to fill out that fourth slot. There are three perceived superpowers in college football this year, and Utah certainly has the potential to win the Pac-12 and be that fourth team. On October 15th, they're going to wear the helmets dedicated to the two players that died over the last couple of years to honor them. With USC coming into town. So that'll be an emotional atmosphere. But in order to get to that game unscathed, they got to get through this one. And Nick Saban, not Kirby Smart, not Jamie Caldwell at Coastal Carolina, none of those guys have the longest coaching winning streak in the FBS this season. It's Billy Napier with 12 consecutive wins achieved at Louisiana. He brings that over to Florida, where they have won 32 consecutive home games to open a season at the Swamp. So both of those streaks are on the line, and people still don't care. They're still riding their Utes, and I'm inclined to agree with them. I mean, I think Cameron Rising is a star for the Utes at quarterback. They've got 4 running backs that are really going to make an impact. So this is going to be a physical game. And for Florida, I mean, it's an opportunity to flush away what happened last season. I went down to the Gasparilla Bowl to watch my UCF Knights pick up the carcass of last year's Gators, which they did in a successful Gasparilla Bowl win. And it was the end of before that, it was the end of the Dan Mullen and Todd Grantham eras. And Napier had already been hired, but many Florida recruits had already decommitted. So we'll see what comes back. A lot of people are taking Damian Pierce in NFL fantasy drafts because of the preseason that he had for the Texans. So he's got to be replaced at running back. They've got Naquan Wright back, and Billy Napier brought Montrell Johnson, who was a standout in the Sun Belt as a freshman running back last year. So there is talent there. He also brought one of the top offensive linemen in the Sun Belt to see what he can do at Florida. So they've got some depth issues with the Gators. The Utes have 17 starters back. And this is a put up or shut up situation for the Utes, because if they want to be perceived as a national power, they've got to get this done. It's a unique situation. It's the first time they've played an SEC school on the road since 1984. They played at Gainesville only once in 1977. That's before I was born, and I'm old now. So it's a situation where Florida even hasn't played a Pac-12 school since losing in the Freedom Bowl in 1989. So in 2022, how do those things come to impact what we are going to see on the field, where we have a Pac-12 that is really in the toilet perception-wise against SEC, which is still king of college football. Can the Gators rise up and protect their home field? Certainly the public doesn't think so, with Utah as a road favorite. I'm inclined to agree with them. I would lay the points and ride the Utes.
Yeah, Jimmy, it's a fascinating handicap Saturday night. Tony brings up the Billy Napier run. I didn't know that. Good stat there, Tony. But, the stat with the Gators winning so many home openers in a row, a lot of those opponents weren't like the Utes they're going to face on Saturday night here. A great handicap, Jimmy, because Pac-12 at night against the SEC, I would worry about the trenches. However, Utah, the one program in the Conference of Champions, I think they're going to hold up just fine on the offensive and defensive line. I agree with this money move towards Utah throughout the summer. How do you see it Saturday night in the Swamp, Jimmy?
So I agree with both you and Tony. I'm not sure how well Billy Napier is going to do. I understand he had a fantastic tenure at Louisiana, but he's moving to the SEC now. That's a whole nother game. We all know that. And regardless, he's still at a new program, and he has to start over, new players. The SEC is a tough conference to just come in and start winning right away. And, the pros for Florida are that Anthony Richardson is a very good quarterback, and they have a strong offensive line. But they're facing a Utah defense that is just absolutely loaded. I mean, from the front seven to the secondary, you're not going to find very many weaknesses in this team. This is the Utes' year. Everything sets up really well for them to win the Pac-12, potentially make the college football playoff. Kyle Whittingham's been building something special in Salt Lake for quite some time. And, Florida, they're just not going to be able to slow down this Utah rushing attack. The one thing that the Gators have really going for them is that that might keep me off the game, is that this game is being played in Gainesville. Utah, not necessarily the best track record going on the road. Gainesville, obviously an extremely hostile environment. But on paper, I'm siding with Utah in pretty much every category. I agree with both of you. Give me the Utes.
All right, it's going to be a fun one Saturday night. Thanks for tuning in. Enjoy the game. Check out Jimmy Adams, Tony Mejia, WagerTalk.com. Also, make sure to check out the WagerTalk Live Odds screen. It's the best free live odds in the industry. We're talking about the money move here on Utah, -2.5, -3, total of 51. The place to check that out, Live Odds tab, WagerTalk.com.